Line. Carr throwing on first down, looking for Morrow, and it's incomplete. Darren Waller. So they've been putting a lot on his plate for an offense that is averaging 23 points.
Didn't have a guy to throw it to.
Jacobs motions into the backfield. Carr back to the air, locates Jacobs, and offensively, the Jaguars had an interception last week in London against Denver. That was their first pick. And Las Vegas begins with a 3-and-out.
You know, we asked Doug Peterson about Dewan Smoot and that he's not his role, and he's excelling at it. He's getting a little fired up right there. Still fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, Peterson told us Friday Lawrence, who last week in London threw the critical interception in the red zone and then also won throwing on first down and locates Manhurts, who's not able to hold on. Over the last 3 weeks, takes the handoff here across the 35 and tackled at the 37-yard. Peterson said, look, we're halfway through the year. I'm not worried about the heavy load for Travis Etienne, 20 to 25.
His running backs, the ball's not heavy.
There's a injured Raider on that last comes out on the opening drive. He's a big part of that defense. 7th in the NFL and 7-yard run by Etienne. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And somebody just ran off the field from the Raiders.
On 3rd down, there's the veteran Marvin Jones reeling it in.
But in this ball game, they need 20-20 vision, and that means 20 targets. Yes, 20 targets for Devontae.
That's a lot. Lawrence fires wide open man, and it's caught in Vegas territory. That's Christian Kirk.
Just have to be smart when they get down there next time.
Back to Etienne, trying the left side, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Chandler Jones goes Diablo, who we showed you left earlier. Patrick Graham telling us that the
defensive backs for the Raiders.
And they are not able to connect. Loose ball, and the Raiders fall on it. Backup running back. Hasty never got a hand on it, and Max Crosby was there to scoop it up. His play call there with Lawrence trying to connect with Hasty.
And really, when you're running that kind of jet sweep action, everybody's, which is backwards and being a live ball on the ground for anybody to recover.
Just the 5th takeaway this season on that opening drive, and they'll run it here with Jacobs, and he's going nowhere as Roy Robertson Harris is the first to grade up being available for his team. He's only missed 2 regular season games in his career. Here's Devontae Adams, stiff last week in New Orleans.
You know, we looked at Derek Carr's numbers from last week, 101 yards passing.
3rd down and long for Las Vegas. Carr over the middle, finds Adams, slips a tackle and picks up the
defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars talked about playing against Devontae Adams as an athlete, somebody who's big.
Vegas. No huddle. Carr, quick pass to Renfro. And Renfro spins his way forward. A flag is down.
Offense number 87. 10-yard penalty. Be 1st down.
It's on the tight end, Morrow.
And one of the things that to a 1st and 20, and it just makes it so tough for the play calling because you've got to pick up more than just 5 or 6 yards on
long 1st and 2nd downs. There's one here on 1st and 20. Carr trying to get some back, throws on the run. He's got a man Adams at midfield, and he's got.
You know, so much was made about Devontae Adams signing with the Las Vegas Raiders career.
Here's Jacobs. Nice cut. There goes Jacobs with a flag down.
Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. Be 1st down.
10th time this season.
We're coached because you're trying to realize the offensive linemen do all the dirty work every play. Every once in a while, as a receiver, we have to block it about playing. Does everything the right way. You hear the coaches say that about him. That time he had his arms around the defensive back as opposed to getting them inside.
Carr looking deep for Hollins, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. Carr has started 4 out of 6. Play fake, Carr over the middle, and it's broken up. Good play by Devin Lloyd to get a hand.
He's thinking Josh Jacobs is going to be coming at me. There's Derek Carr getting greeted with a nice hello from
for Las Vegas. Carr to Adams. Adams with some blocks at midfield, turns it up, and good Daniels decides to do, and for now, he's keeping the offense out there.
That was a little like a punt return. You're throwing to Adams on a short crossing route. Nice play design by Josh McDaniels.
And the Raiders line up to go for it. They are second on 4th and 4. Carr slings one. Adams has it for a first down.
But I don't have inside knowledge. I went with the 20 targets for
he's looking
Devontae
good
Adams.
right now.
I'm just looking at a guy. He talked about the illness that he had going into the game. You can see him on the sideline taking a little breather right now, but you can go to him.
Carr. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to have a timeout called by Las Vegas. Well, Josh McDaniels said that Adams was the first read in the progression, and certainly we've seen that early on with already 5 targets and 5 catches.
In the field. We've seen one zone route that he caught deep. The other thing that we have to realize, you know, the Raiders came out here
in motion. It's a pitch to Jacobs, trying the left side. Jacobs hit hard and out to the number 10 on this drive for Las Vegas. Carr looking for Adams. He's got a step. He's got 6 catches for 88 yards and now a touchdown.
You know, we talk of running backs who have great contact balance. Well, Mike Caldwell, the defensive coordinator, talked about an athlete in Devontae Adams, and he has it.
Remember, there was 2 big holding calls on that drive. The Raiders were able to overcome them. Now the
Offside. Defense number 32. Las Vegas has elected.
Carr to Adams.
The NFL on CBS.
Our thoughts to the families of Ray Guy and Judy Coughlin. On the fumble on 3rd down, he wasn't in there. It was Hasty. They pitch it to Etienne, running right. Here comes Crosby, and he's got him. What a play by Max Crosby.
There for the Raiders right now, Max Crosby. You're running at him. You don't get a clean block on him. You don't get a chip on him.
Cutting to Hunter Renfrow. From the 29-yard line, Renfro's got some room on the right side, and Renfro across, accustomed to the time change and the humidity, which we have plenty of today. 1st and 10, Carr back to the air. Throwing side.
Throw it in there and try and drop it in. That's how difficult that throw was. 2 defenders, he dropped that in right above both defenders.
Carr is 8 out of 11. Jacobs has only run the ball twice. This is his 3rd carry, and he's taken down by Rayshon Jenkins.
Out for the rest of the game with the forearm injury.
All right, Aditi, thank you very much. So they won't have 2nd down and 12. Back to the air. Renfro underneath.
Matched up against a very shifty receiver, got his hands on him under the 5-yard chuck rule.
Bottom of your screen, matched up with Tyson Campbell. Carr over the middle. He's got Hollins for a 1st down. So
Carr is very adept at kind of holding those safeties with his eyes, realizing he has some underneath, and it's a kind of a whip route.
Start for Las Vegas offensively. Jacobs, again, tough sledding on the ground. So far, Carr's been able to take advantage. And that could have been the final play of the opening quarter. Jaguars' best.
Very hard to double cover that 3 receiver set on the left side.
Morrow, and that pass is broken up. Nice
pass coming from the left side. He forces Derek Carr to move out of the pocket so he can't set and really get a lot of momentum on that ball.
Screen to Abdullah. Abdullah breaks through up to the 20-yard line. He's going to be...
You know, you're looking at it and you're going, 4th down. What do the analytics tell us on 4th and 3? Take the points.
4th down and 3, a 38-yard field goal attempt for Daniel Carlson. And he has now made 40-0 lead. Daniel Carlson kicking off to Jamal Agnew. 1st down and 10 for the Jaguars. Lawrence fires right away. He's got a completion. Jones, who's wrestled down by Rock. Move here.
You know, when you pile drive them like that, sometimes the officials can pull out the yellow flag, but To me, that's just a really...
That could have been a call. Instead, it's 2nd down and 4. Handoff ETN. Tripped up from behind. That was Duron Harmon.
9 guys against the 7 blockers up front. So they're going to win that. Trevor Lawrence has to.
And now 3rd and 4. Lawrence. And he threw that one behind Evan Ingram and incomplete. And a quick 3 and out.
Look at his feet before he looks at his arm. And his front foot has to be aimed at his target. That time it was aimed a little bit behind Ingram.
From Bill Vinovich. And he is communicating with the Las Vegas sidelines.
Because he knows his guys are gassed. You don't want to run them down there again.
Holding. Kicking team number 57.
Daniels decides timeout on the field. Story. They've been doing their damage through the air. Carr 11 out of 15. And off to Jacobs here. And again, not able to do much. He told us that it stems from this hit a couple of weeks ago against Houston. He said last week in New Orleans during the he feels 10 times better than he did a week ago. Has time here. Now flushed out, throws on the run. Wide open is Morrow. Morrow with the 1st down and more into Jacksonville territory.
Standing up here in the booth, watching Trayvon Walker chase Derek Carr around and then sprint down.
Carr looking deep, had Adams down there. He's open, the defender slipped. Adams wide.
Very similar to a play that the Raiders ran against the Kansas City Chiefs earlier in the season.
Adams was all alone and now has 7 touchdowns on the season. Extra point by Carlson is Adams now. He has 35 100-yard receiving games in his career. He's already at 126. Adams, but you weren't. He's already got 7 in the first half. ETN running left. ETN is 2nd and 1. Here's ETN. He's got the 1st down. 17-0. And Kansas City came back to win. But this is a far cry.
Tackle for some success early on.
Lawrence. He's got a wide open Zay Jones. Former Raider makes the catch in.
Zay's dad in the Super Bowl.
As Father Robert won 3 Super Bowls as...
Was just saying everybody needs to do their own job. That's exactly what Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson told his team on Wednesday. He told us...
The way he delivers the message to his team, it's always in a calm manner. As ETN is tackled at the 40. For the sake of change, you have to stay consistent. You have to deliver that same message over and over again. That's not to say
long haul with their teams.
3rd down and 8. Pressure's coming. Lawrence steps up. He's going to keep it himself, and he's got the 1st down and more. Down this.
During one of the commercial breaks here in the stadium, they put up this stat about how fast the runners had been running on the respective teams.
Robertson, but came on the blitz, and Lawrence got away. It's Hasty is stacked up. Blake Martinez on the...
You look at him and you go, away 6'5", 255. We've got a 330-pound tackle. Let's run at him. Because
2nd and 10. ETN out of the backfield. And ETN is tackled by Martinez. And Patrick Graham, the Raiders defensive coordinator, said if they don't try to do that with ETN to us, they'd be crazy. Why quiet on the ground? Just 8 carries for 13 yards.
Well, when Kamara had the big game,
ETN has the 1st down and more inside the 5 and down at the 1.
Because remember, ETN had a run in a ball game, was going in for a score, and he fumbled the ball. Here he covers that up. You can see it.
And now 1st and goal. High snap. ETN up the middle, and he is in for a touchdown. And that's a big drive this season for Travis Etienne. And now they're... Bill Vinovich confirmed.
Etienne, 3 fumbles on the season, 1 loss in those 3 fumbles. Once you start to show, talked about his film study, learning about being a pro, the routine, how to take care of your body, all those things that you think you know.
Season was also in the red zone.
See, he has the ball in that left arm, and he's starting to push it.
The Raiders defense has faced 14 goal-to-go situations this year, and they've allowed 4 points. And it's good. 10-play drive capped off by the rushing touchdown. Travis Etienne, the touch in the first half. We get a stop and get the ball back for Trevor Lawrence. It's a touchback, and the Raiders will begin the drive at the 2 touchdowns to Davante Adams. The stats are very strange right now. The Raiders have 109.
So far, we've wanted to throw it to Davante Adams.
Throwing again there. They're going right back to Adams. Working on Tyson Campbell.
He got jammed into the ground with Campbell on his back.
Let's take another look at what happened.
You know, the tough thing for a player, you know, you get a little stinger to your shoulder. You don't want to stay on the ground so long that they think, oh, is it a hit?
Hand off on 2nd and 1. Jacobs trying to get going, and he's got enough for the first down. 5 bench.
To run the ball against this Jacksonville front, the Raiders are going to have to spread them out.
Another handoff to Jacobs, and he slips through. Jacobs with a first down run, his longest today.
Personnel, getting the right personnel in there so that you can run the football, so that you spread them out just a little bit. You take that extra force defender.
Jacobs. And he gets to midfield. Darius Jacksonville has all 3. Raiders football, and they lead by 10. Super Bowl history in New England. 17-7, the Raiders have the Adams in motion. Carr will find Adams. He's got some room to run. A first down before a loop.
Nice creativity, because you're going to let the 2 receivers on the left kind of just clear everything out. And now
Jacobs, trying to take it to the outside, breaks through across the 30.
Jump cut to the outside. What that tells me, the offensive line have done a great job in staying square against, or that time you saw the jump cut taking him to the outside.
Jaguars not using their timeouts here, and Carr to the outside, caught by Hollins, out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:01 to play. First half by Carr. Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cower have all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon to receive the second half kickoff. Jacobs up the middle to the 20, and some pushback there. And now, Jaguars do get the football to begin the second half.
Raiders, and you're moving down to score potentially. You've got to be thinking in the
half, and this one is good as well. So it's now 41 consecutive field goals for. Grew up in Bakersfield, California. Grew up a Raiders fan. Rich Gannon was his favorite. Told us yesterday wants to be a Raider for the rest of his life. Carlson kicking off, and Agnew.
What's to work with here if you're Jacksonville?
Lawrence was 3 for 3 on that last drive. Throwing on first down here. Jones is down in like that.
You know, I talked to Mike McCoy, former coach of the Chargers, who's the quarterback coach for Jacksonville. They have 3 guys named Jones.
2 timeouts for the Jaguars. Lawrence looking for one of those Jones. It's Marvin, and it's
11th year in the league. Doesn't separate as well as he used to, but they talk about his ability to make that contest.
3rd down and 3. Lawrence steps up. He's off to the races again. Another first down, still going. Lawrence and the Raiders. Lawrence, quick pass. Say Jones at the 41. Races out of.
About what can they do if they get the ball? Well, they had 45 seconds when it started. So in 24 seconds, they're down.
Lawrence to Zay Jones, and he's got a first down for Jacksonville.
So what you need now, Andrew, completed pass or a run, get up and spike the ball. Ball's in play because the
yard field goal on the season. Patterson is 1 of 1 from 50 yards. He hit from 50.
It was earlier before 1 o'clock kickoff, but it's a little bit into the face of the Jaguars right now.
This is a time, James, where with no timeouts, you throw one to the end zone.
I was going to a line.
Now 1 timeout left for Las Vegas.
Open edge, and if you want that open edge to be on the side where your left tackle Cam Robinson is, the last year of his rookie deal, You don't want him to actually have to go up against Max Crosby without somebody to be able to chip on that side.
You're down 13. You can make the case why not throw one to the end zone, but Peterson playing it's
the pass rushers, and that time Chandler Jones had moved down over the left guard. So he was trying to get...
Could have played into Peterson's decision making as well. 44-yard attempt, and Patterson is good.